CryptoLocker. CryptoLocker is a ransomware that encrypts your files and demands payment to release them. It's spread mostly through email attachments and has been a major threat due to its robust encryption. I love you.
This is the most dangerous computer virus in history. If you receive an email with the text, "I love you," immediately delete it. See, in 2000, a 24-year-old programmer from the Philippines named de Guzman wanted to gain free access to online sites, but that quickly got out of hand when he accidentally released one of the world's most infectious computer worms. See, the worm spread through email with the intriguing subject line, "I love you," and a note saying, "Kindly check the attached love letter coming from me." When an unsuspecting victim clicked the file, the worm was programmed to instantly mail itself to all email contacts. As soon as it had access, it would delete almost all of the victim's files and replace them with the worm itself. In a few hours, I Love You was a global pandemic. Within 10 days, it had infected over 45 million devices, including Pentagon, CIA, and the UK Parliament. The crazy part is that 10% of the world's computers ended up getting infected, and the overall damage was estimated to be more than $10 billion. As there were no laws against cybercrimes at the time, de Guzman walked away without any legal consequences.
Remember I love you. This infamous virus spread via email, tricking people with the promise of a love letter from a secret admirer. It went on to overwrite files, making them unusable. Mobile malware. Mobile malware targets mobile devices, stealing data, tracking user activity, or sending SMS to premium rate numbers without the user's consent. Keylogger. First up, keyloggers. These sneaky programs record every keystroke you make, capturing everything from passwords to private messages. They're often used in identity theft and fraud. Always be wary of what you download and keep your antivirus software up to date to combat these threats. Ransomware.
So ransomware is this type of attack where a threat actor will sort of get hold of your business critical data and either copy it and delete it or encrypt it and put a note for you saying, hey, you can get this data back if you pay some ransom. So this is what the ransomware attack is.
Next, we have ransomware. This malware locks you out of your own files, demanding a ransom to regain access. It can hit anyone, from personal users to large corporations, causing massive disruptions. Regular backups and cautious email handling can be your best defense. Worm. Moving on to worms. These self-replicating malware spread across networks, exploiting vulnerabilities without any human interaction. They can overload systems and spread other malware. Ensure your network security is tight and update regularly to keep these worms at bay. Adware. Adware might seem less harmful as it primarily shows unwanted ads, but think again. It can slow down your computer and often bundles with spyware. Be selective with your downloads and use ad blockers to prevent adware installations. Malware.
A malware is kind of a virus which could infect your system. It generally comes through an email with an attachment. You download that attachment and you try to open it. It spreads into your laptop. So malware is generally infected by that, and that's why you have your antivirus installed and it pops you and gives you an alert if it feels that there is something not right about a certain email and the attachment it carries.
General malware refers to any software intended to harm or exploit any programmable device. It comes in many forms, including viruses, trojans, and spyware. Always practice safe browsing and use reliable security software to protect yourself. Remote Access Trojan, RAT. A remote access Trojan, RAT, gives hackers remote control of your PC. They can steal your information, install more malware, or even spy on you through your webcam. Avoid this by not opening unknown email attachments or links. Rootkits. Rootkits give attackers full control over your computer, often hiding their presence from users and antivirus programs. They're tough to detect and remove, making them particularly dangerous. A secure system setup and trusted security tools are essential. Spyware. Spyware monitors your online activities and collects your personal information. This data can be used for fraudulent activities or sold to advertisers. Keep your personal information safe with privacy-focused browser settings and security extensions. Trojan. A Trojan disguises itself as legitimate software but performs malicious operations once installed. They can delete, block, modify, or copy data, and disrupt the performance of computers or computer networks. Always verify the source of your software before installation. Backdoor. Backdoors bypass normal authentication to access a system, allowing threats to come and go freely. This can be part of other malware or used for targeted attacks. Strengthen your access controls and monitor network traffic to defend against these. Malvertising. Malvertising involves injecting malicious ads into legitimate advertising networks and web pages. These ads can infect your computer without a single click. Use ad blockers and maintain updated software to shield yourself from these hidden threats. Phishing. Phishing attacks trick you into giving away sensitive information by mimicking trusted entities. Always double-check URLs and email addresses, and never provide personal information unless you're absolutely sure of the recipient's identity. Wiper. Wipers are designed to delete the contents of the hard drive on the device they infect, leading to data loss and system destruction. Back up your data regularly, and employ a robust cybersecurity strategy to prevent such devastating attacks. Brute force attack. Brute force attacks hammer away at passwords to gain unauthorized access. Longer, more complex passwords, and the use of multi-factor authentication, can reduce the risk of these attacks. Cryptojacking. Cryptojacking secretly uses your computing resources to mine cryptocurrency. It slows down your systems and can cause lasting damage. Watch for performance degradation as a sign of infection, and use network monitoring tools to detect unusual activity. Fileless malware. Fileless malware operates without creating new files, making it hard to detect and remove using traditional antivirus solutions. Keep your security software up to date and monitor your computer's behavior closely to catch these elusive threats. Hybrid malware. Hybrid malware combines features of multiple malware types to create more complex and resilient threats. Regularly update your systems and employ layered security measures to protect against these sophisticated attacks. RAM scraper. RAM scrapers steal information directly from your system's memory, often capturing data before it's encrypted by other security processes. Protect yourself by using encryption and securing your physical and network access. Rogue security software. Rogue security software masquerades as legitimate protection but instead spreads malware or scams you out of money. Be cautious of security software that suddenly appears or claims to find infections unexpectedly. Social engineering. Social engineering. It manipulates individuals into breaking normal security procedures. Be skeptical of unexpected requests for sensitive information and verify identities before proceeding. Boot sector viruses. Boot sector viruses affect the boot sector of a hard drive, one of the most crucial parts because it contains code that your computer runs when starting up. An infected boot sector means the virus can load before most antivirus programs have a chance to boot up. Browser hijacking. Browser hijacking involves unauthorized changes to your web browser settings. It can redirect your homepage, change your search engine, or even add toolbars without your consent. Always download software from reputable sources to avoid hijackers. Cluster viruses. Cluster viruses trick your system into running them by modifying the directory table entries so that accessing an infected file leads to the virus running first. They can spread quickly, infecting not just one, but a cluster of files. Codared. Codared made headlines in 2001 by exploiting a vulnerability in Microsoft Internet Information Services. It's a worm that performed a DDoS attack on the White House by infecting over 359,000 hosts. DDoS attack. DDoS attacks flood a website with so much traffic that it can't cope, leading to service disruptions. It's like a crowd blocking the entrance to a store, preventing genuine customers from entering. Fat viruses. Fat viruses target the file allocation table on your system, which can corrupt your file system, making data recovery very difficult. These viruses can be particularly destructive. File and directory viruses. File and directory viruses infect files or directories on your computer. They spread by modifying the content or structure of directories or by appending themselves to files. File infector virus. File infector viruses attach themselves to executable files and are activated when the infected program is run. They can perform many malicious actions, from deleting files to stealing data. Zeus. Finally, Zeus is a Trojan that performs man-in-the-browser attacks and keystroke logging, primarily to steal financial information.